Sup, welcome to Raiding Efficiently. When I first started playing the game in 2020, the only option you got were these 4 champions. Kale was widely considered the best starter champion because he brings you poisons, which are really valuable against the clan boss, especially early game. Back in the day, clan boss was like the only area in the game that consistently gave you the big money resources like shards and books. It's now 2026, and even though you still choose between these 4 champions, your choice isn't really that important anymore. That's because nowadays there are multiple download links and starter promo codes that give you insane free legendaries and epic champions to start the game with or get through leveling up. Even though I've done a lot of takeovers and helped people get through the early game, I never made a serious account myself using these promo codes and download links. So I wanted to see how much I can achieve in 100 days without spending any money, only using a starter download link as well as a promo code. Before we start, this video isn't meant to offend anybody that maybe achieved less in more days. It obviously comes down to a lot of different factors. First, the amount of time you put in. You achieve way more in, for example, 6 hours rather than in 1 hour. Also, timing is pretty important. Is a free login champion present? When does everything reset? Secondly, determination. Do you put in the time and the resources for something? Do you try certain stages over and over until you beat them? Do you manual stuff and so on? Luck. Obviously, what I've already said, is the upcoming fusion good? Are there new free events or gifts? Promo codes? And obviously the champion and souls you pull, the gear you roll, the books you use and so on. Lastly, skill. Yes, even though most people think the more you spend, the better everything is, it also comes down to your skill and rate. How and when do you use which resources? Where do you spend your energy and time? Do you know if you can actually beat something or not? And so on. Also, money is a big part, but we won't spend here. On screen you can see all the marked champions I got without pulling shards or something. Nama, Venomage, Tagore and Mordecai were from the starter link, and Tuhanarak was the promo code. Ezio was a free login champion at the time, Arbiters from the Arbiter missions, Mavara and Edward were available through Fusion and Pirates Path event, and everyone else was either a free login champion or pulled from shards. The red champions were heavily used in these 100 days and mostly did everything. The blue ones were moderately used and the orange ones just had 1 or 2 specific uses. The rest weren't really used at all other than maybe throwing them into faction wars to fill the team. Obviously I would have wished for some better or specific epics that would have changed the game, but I definitely got some good ones that are great in the future. When it comes to Iron Twins, they are beat on all affinities, relatively consistent but definitely not 100%. There are a lot of factors that go into it, like hitting the decreased speed, keeping the damage up after he cleanses himself and so on, but I'm still very happy with that. All the potion keeps are obviously a joke as soon as you get some 60s, so they are cleared. The same goes for the Minotaur, pretty much clearable with some good 60s. Even though the ice golem is slow, I managed to beat normal as well as hard, even though hard 10 isn't really consistent with the suboptimal gear and champions I have. Sometimes you just trigger as passive and then everyone instantly dies, essentially just surviving and whittling him down with HP burns and masteries. After getting Edward, Spider normal was pretty much free, just took a long time. Hard Spider was way easier than normal due to its mechanics. Just a lot of poisons, exploding them, killing the little spiders, and then the big spider gets one shot. Very happy with that. After getting the Edward, Fire Knight normal was no problem anymore. On hard I only managed to beat stage 3, maybe up to stage 6 is possible, but it's just not worth the time and effort. A good ally attack would probably make everything much easier here. Dragon, as expected, was a complete breeze, with a free Nama, Ezio and Venomage, and all the poison. I expected the Dragon to die pretty easily, which he did. You just need to survive 1 or 2 hits and you've pretty much done it with all the poison. When it comes to Sand Devil, I've only managed to beat up to stage 11 without a consistent sleep or the damage or a Gothica Neri. It's pretty hard and also just not worth the effort. Same goes for the Phantom Shogun. I managed to push up to stage 16, but without a good taunt or cleanse, which I just got, it's pretty hard to get far here, but also not necessary nor good to waste too much energy on here. You really just want to farm these on stage 25, everything below is just a little bit of a waste. When it comes to Faction Wars, only 203 stars, really didn't put too much effort into it. You can see some stages have 0 or 1 stars, didn't really care too much since Lydia is just far out of reach, but you can definitely get a lot of free resources from here if you have the extra time. Arena is just mindless medal farming, no real reason to invest too much resources into your arena team. For me it's just Arbiter, Speed Boost, Edward Buff Strip, Supreme Kale Poisons and Ezio explodes them. Quick and fast. You won't ever compete in arena, so you should definitely focus on PvE. Obviously you're trying to hover around gold 4 or 5 for the 4 gold medals per win. When it comes to Doom Tower, both normal as well as hard have been cleared this rotation. The bosses on this rotation weren't really that much of a problem, very little tries and time. But these good luck, determination, that's all I'm gonna say. But hey, I beat it. When it comes to Cursed City, it was mostly undoable due to the restrictions, but I beat some stages and bosses here and there, but there was no way finishing Cursed City at all in these 100 days, so I didn't focus on it that much. Grim Forest normal has been cleared without much of a problem. Some of the bosses can be soloed by some champions with the golden elixir, so that wasn't that much of a problem. The other bosses just needed the right champions. When it comes to hard though, not too much progress has been made. The luck on the champion rerolls just haven't been there, so it was kinda impossible to clear most of the stages, at least with the level champions I had at the time. Now my resources, potions, I got a pretty good amount, enough for the upcoming champion training event, also enough chickens for the next level 60, 51 rare books, I only used the rare books for some missions and quests, a good stockpile of epic books, but only 6 legendary books left. The only legendary champion I booked in the first 60 days was to Hanorek. After finishing the fusion I instantly booked Mavara, and after getting Pintra I also booked him. After that I put some books into my Nama as well as my Supreme Kale to get the percentages to land poisons up to 100% so that the Spider Heart 10 run is consistent. When it comes to the epics, the Gore got booked first, after that Venom Mage, Geomancer and lastly the Cryoden. Obviously I have a lot of books on hand so I can use them for every epic I need. Shards wise I'm at a point where I can pretty much do every fusion, and I just opened over 120 ancient shards, that's why I only have so little left. I've been doing the Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare Clan boss for around 2 months, that's the reason I have so many shards. Fragments obviously take a lot of time. I heavily focus on the Akal as soon as possible, because he's a pretty good free champion, especially early on. I definitely could have had some more Mithral and Ambrose fragments, but I missed the key here and there, and I'm definitely going for the Mother Hero fusion. The market is obviously fully bought out, but no investments into the sparring pit. Challenges are almost done, only 1 challenge left, which I could have done, but I didn't see the point in it. The Arbiter missions have been finished after around 60 days. 30 days of that was just farming arena medals, because I didn't really focus on arena that much earlier on, but definitely a must if you want to finish Arbiter quicker. Stuck on the Ramantu missions, but not really worried because you need to finish Faction Wars at some point anyways. The Marius missions is definitely the next focus. There are definitely some roadblocks that will take some time to beat, but a lot of these missions can be easily done even right now. Clan bosses on a easy 2-key Ultra Nightmare, 1-key Nightmare. 3-key Ultra Nightmare was definitely doable from around day 30, and after the Mavara fusion it was an easy 2-key. With manual play and some Relentless and War Master luck, a 1-key is definitely possible, because the highest auto key I got was around 60 million, but that was definitely lucky, but a 1-key is definitely achievable. Hydra has been pretty tough. Just in the last weeks I was able to get 2 teams running. 1 good team is possible, but then there's like no second team for the second chest. A good provoke champion would definitely help here. Chimera normal and hard has been cleared for quite some time now, and with some better gear, a 1-key on brutal is definitely possible. The Great Hall looks like this, obviously focused on pushing 1 accuracy bonus up to 10 for the Arbiter missions, Decided for force accuracy because I got my Geomancer relatively early, as well as the Edward event was coming up. No investment at all in the area bonus, didn't play live arena at all, besides doing the advanced missions. Definitely something you should focus on. It gives you a lot of stats essentially for free if you have the time. Nothing really to mention when it comes to the souls, no luck here, besides there was an event where you were able to get a Empress soul and I got the 3-star. Lastly, I wanted to show you the pieces that I used. Got some good boost and a great chestplate that is even better than the best chestplate on my main account. Speed pieces is all I really got, so no damage gear at all, but I'm definitely not complaining about that. When it comes to relics, Golden Elixir is pretty much the best relic you can get early. The effect is just so broken, especially earlier on where enemies don't deal a lot of damage, so your champions essentially can't die. Through a event everyone got a Gore Sand for free. Got extremely lucky with this Forge Pass relic. I think everybody got some material through an event or got it for free. Pretty solid relic that gives you some CC if you don't have any on the team. And the Oculus was also gained through an event. There's obviously way more to it, but here are 3 important tips that may help you progress faster. First of all, you want to focus on your support champions rather than your damage dealers, especially when it comes to booking. One booked support can enhance and make every team you play that champion on way better, rather than booking one big damage dealer which won't enhance your other champions at all. Legendary books are very rare until you beat clan boss consistently, so wasting your free legendary books you get from missions is very bad and can hinder your progress for a long time. Secondly, pretty easy, try to win some tournaments early on, like champion training tournaments or arena tournaments. Getting good gear is hard early on, and getting at least one good set of relentless gear will make a big difference. As well as getting legendary books sometimes from tournaments. Tournaments are way easier the earlier you are into the game, because most people won't play the game that intensively or know what they are doing, so it's definitely possible to take advantage of that. Lastly, there are so many different ways of getting energy or other resources essentially for free. You need to get in a clan for clan gold, for fragments, gear from siege is huge in the early game, doing your dailies, your advanced dailies, tag team arena and so on. Also, only do certain stuff when a tournament or event is up, so essentially don't waste your resources on overdoing stuff and wait for the right moment. Because at the end of the day, I all want you to be raiding efficiently. Thank you all for watching.